Hey, thanks so much for coming back to J Space Reacts. First of all, I want to say I'm sorry. I haven't posted anything in a while, but life like right now for me is just completely insane. Like I can't even describe to you what all is happening. But Eurovision is still like front and center. I've always been one of those people that like, I'm not gonna jump on and make a video straight away. Especially after the semifinals. Like, yes, I want to see it, but I also want to make sure I guess I'm just weird because I wanted to see it like I watched it 4 or 5 times all the way through. Because I want to make sure I'm seeing everything before I come on here and talk about it. And I'm sorry if that's wrong, but I'll be doing the same thing for semifinal too. I got a lot of questions from you guys. I'm gonna try to answer a few of them. One is, do I watch the semifinals live? The answer to that is as much as I possibly can. It's kind of difficult with my job, teaching in school, and then, basically the entire semifinals air on school days here when I'm in school. So I try my best, but, I saw the results live, semifinal one. I can say that much, I think. Uh, um, I will also say, like, shout out to, like, I've had more students from the school where I teach, like in Texas, start subscribing to my channel, and if even like 2 of them out of like, I don't know, a few hundred that have subscribed actually catch on and like this Eurovision thing, then I I'll feel like maybe I did something else that's kind of worth it. Because they're always interested, and now they're telling me all the time that they subscribe, that they watch, that they like this, or they have questions about the competition, and I try to tell them. Okay, so let's get into semifinal one. That's what this video is about. I'm gonna try to keep it short for you guys because, let's be honest, I could talk forever about it. Before, I didn't come on and make predictions, and I didn't come on and tell you my favorites because if I've learned anything this season, it's that trying to influence or even possibly appearing to try to influence people's votes in Eurovision it's not something that I'm interested in. It's not something that I'm about or will ever be about. So I originally had, and my only witness is Meredith, who's amazing because I had who I thought the 7 non-qualifiers were on one side of my desk. It's cool. And then I had who I thought the 10 more that were going to qualify on the left side. I don't really play the favorites because I just think it's so exciting to be a part of this and that you guys have allowed me to come into your Eurovision world. So I'm going to share with you just sort of what I got right, what I got wrong, what I thought about each country from semifinal 1. I'm not going to talk about semifinal 2. I'm sorry. It is literally like 92 degrees or something in this room right now. Maybe it's just all the lights, but it's really hot. Sorry. Okay, so I think the best way to do this, I'm going to show you the actual cards, and they were like super official. All right, and I'm going to start with the countries who originally they were in my probably not going to qualify side of things, and then obviously a couple of them were wrong. So let's talk about these a little bit, starting with Montenegro. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but yeah, I had them on the did not qualify or would not qualify side of the table just because, let's be honest, it was a hot mess, like it always was. Just because you can send 6 people doesn't mean you should send 6 people. There were 3 that were really good, but the rest was kind of like, no. So I was right about that one. Okay, Finland, I predicted would not qualify. I never felt a connection to it. And it's hard for me to even explain why, but I felt like the staging was so like sparse and divided up, and I don't know. So I'm sorry, Finland. I want the best for every country, but I kind of sensed that things were not kind of going in the right direction for you. another one that I got right, and I really wanted it to be good, but Belgium, like, first of all, again, I don't know how old Elliot is. Like, he looks really young, but he seemed totally out of his element, and it's understandable completely. But when you have a song that sort of requires, some bravado, it needs to have staging that matches that. It's a good song, like it still is, but I felt like they never really got the performance aspect of it right, and the staging was just not right. And I mean, honestly, when I first saw, what he was wearing, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this is going to result in like something bungee jumping ish, because it looked like he had a harness or something in orange on, but I mean, he literally stayed like in that one spot, and there were a lot of pitch issues, and I need to copyright that because that's my word for pitch issues combined. In semifinal one, pretty much everyone had pitch issues in semifinal one, so I can't say that his were any worse, but you could definitely tell that he was super nervous. He never really settled in, and as a result, it's the second year now that Belgium didn't qualify. My best advice for you, Belgium, not that my advice even matters, but can you have a national final, like where the public helps pick the person? Because since Blanche, it's been I'm not sure that just selecting someone is helping Belgium at all. So that's that. I had that one right. Okay, and this one absolutely broke my heart, but I after seeing semifinal one, and it was like I changed it at the last minute. Poland, I had it right that I felt like you were not going to qualify, and it wasn't because, like, if you go back and watch my reaction, I love the idea of the song. I love the weird thing where they all sound, singing the same note. But the staging and the performance was, I felt like, honestly, their staging was better at, what's it called, where they performed in Amsterdam? I can't think of what it was called. But I like that staging better than what they did on the Eurovision stage. I felt like they didn't make the most of, the stage that they had to perform on. And the stuff that was showing in the background on the LED screen, it was just not, I don't know, it was strange. I loved their personalities. I loved the cultural vibes that they brought, and it's so frustrating for me, because I know it is for you guys too in Poland, that, the song about like churning butter, would actually make it through, and this song, which had all the traditional cultural, Polish accoutrement that you would expect, didn't qualify. So, but I felt like there was a disconnect between them. It was almost like they weren't even on the stage for me. It was like they could have been performing anywhere like else, but there was a disconnect between them and the audience. So that broke my heart. Oh, it did. Okay.